the main question is, so we have our original Dark Lord, Sauron's boss,
Hmm.
Morgoth. Sometimes my friends have referenced him as the whiny, angry kid.
That's actually a good reference. Yeah, compared to Sauron, yeah.
Sauron was quite deceiving, but so we know when the Ilúvatar created the Valar, right? At that time, it is said Melkor, as he was known then, was the first. And all of the various Ainur represented a certain aspect of him, except Melkor, who was, I guess, one way to put it, he was the jack of trades. He had powers of all the trades of the Ilúvatar. Correct. So when did he start? Like when they were weaving the songs that would ultimately lead to the formation of Arda, what really caused him to really want to get so rebellious at that point? I think that's probably like the first part of the question.
Man, what a first question. Most abstract one you could probably comment on all this. So,
Uh,
so Melkor represents a lot of things. Everything in Tolkien's legendarium is a conflux of different parts of history as well as religion. As you know, he was deeply Catholic. Anyone can easily look at this and you can point out, yeah, there's a lot of similarities between Melkor and Lucifer. I'm not very religious, so I can't really speak as much as far as, deep, in depth looks into the Bible and such. But more or less, during this stage of the music, he kind of is embodying that Lucifer element. He's the first one. He's the most powerful of the angelic spirits, we'll call it. He immediately becomes jealous when the other Ainur are participating in the music. He himself wants to be, I think, initially closer to Ilúvatar because, it's just like the same story as God and Lucifer, right? He wants to impress him, and this
I'm
becomes,
just
yeah.
sorry. I was just about to say so. He rebelled because he had daddy issues.
Well, yeah, kind of actually, yes, yeah, pretty much. He wanted to impress him initially, because jealousy turning into obsession and rage. These are kind of things that fuel Tolkien's work. But so Melkor, he becomes jealous of the others, and he slowly succumbs to this jealousy. It's almost like the freaking the Yoda saying at first it's like fear and then it turns into hate kind of thing. So he loses himself to his jealousy of the others, and then he is consumed by this need not just to have his own independent melodies in the music. He wants to then just dominate the music so that he can prove himself to Ilúvatar. He wants like his rightful place in the sun, so to say. But it all begins with the disturbance of his music. I found it was interesting that Tolkien decided that the creation of the world was done through music. It's a very interesting way to go about it, and it has a lot to do with his love of language. But yeah.